A very good evening to all the dignitaries and all the wonderful people present here for this grand launch of STI 2021. It's a great stage for scientific minds to explore their ideas, skills, and innovations. Through various events and outlets, students and teachers can exhibit their ideas and scientific skills in various forms. To nurture the talents of our students, the Indian schools in Oman, under the able guidance of the Board of Directors, have always been providing an excellent opportunity through various inter-school competitions. Before moving ahead for the formal proceedings of this launch, I request you all to join us virtually for the national anthems of the Sultanate of Oman and India. We feel blessed to live in this peaceful country, the Sultanate of Oman. Let us all express our heartfelt gratitude to His Majesty, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said, for his benevolence and generosity. Oman Vision 2040 lays down the foundations for an empowered, knowledge-based society where a favorable environment is developed to attract talents. To celebrate the 75th year of independence, India has launched 75 weeks celebration of 75 years of independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in August 2021, with a series of programs and projects, including technological innovations. STI celebrates both Oman Vision 2040 and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to bring forth immense scientific talent to the front and change the learning genre and level of competitions in the Sultanate of Oman. Despite the challenges and difficulties we face due to the unprecedented pandemic, we at Indian School Salalah got an opportunity to host the STI 2021 under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman.
On behalf of the President of the School Management Committee, Dr. Syed Hassan Jamil, and our beloved Principal, Mr. Deepak Patanka of Indian School Salalah, I deem it as a great pleasure and privilege to welcome our honorable chief guest for today, Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, Chairman, Premier Group. I take immense pleasure in extending a very hearty welcome to our honorable Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, who has been the driving force behind all the prominent progress of these skills in addition to academic excellence and competence. We extend a cordial welcome to other members on the board, and the principals and STI coordinators of Indian schools in Oman who have joined for the virtual launch this evening. At this instance, we are equally delighted to extend a hearty welcome to the keynote speaker for today's event, Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Fellow Royal Society of Chemistry, Head of Department Biotechnology at University of Mumbai. Our dear parents, our teachers, and above all, our dear students at Indian School Salalah, who have made this mega event possible, we are delighted to welcome each and every one of you wholeheartedly for STI 2021. Once again, on behalf of the entire fraternity of Indian School Salalah, I welcome each and every one of you to this program.
Prayer should not be regarded as a duty which must be performed, but rather as a privilege to be enjoyed, a rare delight that is always revealing some new beauty. It is our culture to remember God Almighty before everything we do or start. So let's begin this function, seeking the blessings and presence of the Almighty. I would like to invite our school choir to lead the prayer, and let's all join for the same.
Thank you so much to the choir team for inducing a heavenly atmosphere here. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Syed Hassan Jamil, President of School Management Committee, a well-known person who barely needs an introduction, the man of distinct vision and an academician par excellence, who was a mentor to all the teachers with his expertise in academics and a beacon of light and hope to students and the community of Salalah. Sir, it's my honor to invite you to deliver the presidential address. So please.
Thank you very much for this generous introduction. Dr. Amar Al-Rawas, Chairman, Thimar Group. Dr. Shiva Kumar Manikam, Chairman of the BOD, Vice Chairman of the BOD, members of the Board of Directors, its official education advisor, Dr. Varsha Kelkar, the Head of Department of Biotechnology, University of Mumbai, all the presidents of all the SMCs of various schools, members of the SMC, the esteemed guest sponsors, the various school principals, faculty members of various schools, staff, my ISS SMC colleagues, the school principal, my teachers, staff, all the participating student and the parent community. A very, very warm welcome to all of you to this fantastic event called STI 2021. Dear guest, as we all know that human race has always been, influenced by the inquisitiveness and curiosity, which have been the hallmark and the seed for all scientific development. From the barbaric ages up to the modern era that we stood today, we found that it is those greats who had this passion for curiosity, for inquisitiveness, to be able to question and find out how things happen. And that is what we term as scientific, that we are today what we are today. Be it Aristotle or Pluto or Pascal or our very own Newton, the Graham Bell who invented the telephone, the Ford, or the latest one in the form of Bob Kahn and Vinton, the inventors of the internet communication protocol, or Tim Lee, who invented the World Wide Web, which all of us are using, has influenced the humanity to a greater extent. The outcome of science and technology enables us to think more rationally. It ameliorates and make things easy. If a person is able to look at and understand how things happen, and that passion of inquiry into how things should happen will lead to more development of human being. We as educators need to inculcate and provoke this scientific temper, as it is called, among the Gen Next, the generation next. It needs to be included not only in the pedagogy, in the curriculum, and in the approach in terms of the practicality of the education system that we are now imparting and giving. Why it is needed? Because it creates what is called the scientific attitude. And scientific attitude has a basic 5 characteristics which helps the Gen Next to develop that sense. The first characteristic of curiosity. The second, honesty. Third, being open-minded. Fourth, skepticism, to be able to look at some constructive criticism. And lastly, creativity. Because it is the creativity which leads to the ultimate results. And creativity itself leads to innovation. Once we keep on becoming creative, we keep on doing innovations with the aim and objective of only one aspect, that how come it will help the humanity to become better and better. Today, innovation has become a buzzword. It is used in every educational institution, higher education system, in entrepreneurship aspects, and innovation is something which is inculcated very much within the education system. The National Education Policy of 2020, or the Oman Vision of 2040, or the Oman National Education Strategy, all of them are stressing that we need to create innovative people who have that scientific temper and scientific inquiry to be able to come up and make things better for us. The STI 2021 is but an initiative to put this scientific attitude, inculcate that scientific attitude among these generation next. It is an inter-school exchange platform which helps us to create and bring in new ideas, and those ideas can be seen converted into some kind of innovation. I would like to thank Dr. Shiva Kumar Manickam for this great initiative and giving us, the Indian School Salalah, the opportunity to be able to host the STI 2020. The Indian School Salalah's motto remains Tamso Jyotirmrigya, which means that darkness to light and ignorance to knowledge, and therefore we have been putting our level best to see that the Indian schooling system through us could be able to have this event and make the participation of as many student community and the parent community so that we could be truly able to build that scientific temple. In this 40th year of our establishment of the Indian School Salala, we feel proud that this opportunity has been given to us. I would like to thank a very, very fantastic team of my own school staff, the IT team, which has worked overnights, day and night to be able to see that this event becomes a grand success. So today we unveil and open the STI 2020, and I beckon and provoke all of us to join and immerse yourself into this great event, which will unfold in the next, 1 week, whereby opportunities would be given to all to be able to see and develop that scientific attitude and that scientific temper. Once again, thanking all the dignitaries and wishing the team for organizing this great event successfully. Thank you, and thank you to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was indeed motivating. The Chinese philosopher Confucius famously said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Dear viewers, kindly allow me to take you all through the wonderful journey of STI, from its first ever baby step to its greater heights. Please take me.
When the world rapidly recovers from the onslaught of pandemic, the buzzword here in this beautiful land of Oman is STI 2021, STI, where science, technology, artificial intelligence, innovation come together hand in hand to make the students abreast with the latest, to make them real global citizens of 21st century. A short flashback. The pre-pandemic 2018. That year STI happened. STI happened with a bang. Indian school Muscat, the host, made it an event hard to surpass. Now we are in 2021, and Indian School Salala, one of the leading Indian schools in Oman, with a legacy of 40 years of excellence and promising growth, has decided to entrust to host STI 2021. And between 2018 and 2021, a lot happened. We'll go to virtual mode, more or less. STI 2021 is no exception. Preparations and groundworks all virtual. It goes without saying, have finished well in advance. And to make this dream a reality, a combined effort from the school management committee and the dedicated staff of Indian School Salala under the able guidance of an excellent leader, Dr. Shiv Kumar Manickam, Chairman, Board of Directors for Indian Schools in Oman, along with a true mentor, Dr. Saeed Hassan Jamil, President of the School Management Committee, Vice Chancellor, Dubai University, and the captain of the ship, our beloved principal, Mr. Deepak Patankar. The entire gamut of student fraternity, which all the 18 Indian schools encompass, involve themselves in this virtual mega event, thus enriching themselves, empowering themselves, evolving themselves to be better citizens of the world. The event that tickles the brain should be accessible to all, and from the junior most to the senior ones, here comes the category 3 in all. 3 together ushers all under the wide umbrella of STI 2021. Events are aplenty, ranging from debates to horn reasoning skill, creating a science comic strips where arts and science come face to face, animation show, science of photography, and photos of science. The sky is the limit when it comes to STI 2021. Heralding the grand gala event, the daily quiz is on, making ripples amidst the young, vibrant minds, making students look forward to what awaits them as the curtain rises on that day. Here comes Indian School Salala with STI 2021 to explore the outer limits of your knowledge, to intrigue you with the enigmatic questions that baffle the scientific world. STI 2021 is here, just around the corner, to entertain you, to educate you, to empower you. Be there and be a part of this mega event empowered.
I hope the journey gave a good glimpse of style so far. The dignitary who I'm going to invite now is a leader and a mentor and has been an inspiration and motivation not only to the students but to the entire teaching fraternity and administration of Indian schools in Oman. His unparalleled role in the educational field with his vast experience in Oman has propelled and steered us to move ahead in pursuit of excellence. It's none other than our Honorable Chairman of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, and I take great pleasure in inviting Dr. Sivakumar Manikam to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Chief guest, Dr. Amar Al-Rawas, Chairman, Tamar Group. Mr. Syed Salman, Vice Chairman, Mrs. Ashwini, Finance Director, Mr. Sirajuddin Nelak, Academic Chair, Mr. Vinoba, Senior Principal and Educational Advisors, and my other colleagues on the board. Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Keynote Speaker, Professor Syed Ashant Jamil, President, and other esteemed members of the School Management Committee. Mr. Deepak Patankar, Principal, Indian School Salala, Presidents, SMCs, Principals, and staff of Indian schools in Oman. Students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to STI 2021. At the very outset, the Fraternity of Indian Schools in Oman expresses its gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said for his benevolence and generosity, and thanks the Ministry of Education for supporting and guiding all our activities of Indian schools. Most of us, upon seeing apples, think of an apple a day keeps the doctor away and promptly take one. But two people did something truly amazing before doing so. Isaac Newton and Steve Jobs. When Isaac Newton was sitting beneath an apple tree and contemplating the mysterious universe, you know that an apple hit him on his head and made him to realize that very same force that brought the apple down should keep the moon falling towards the earth falling towards the sun, and so on. Hence, Newton's famous universal law of gravitation was born. On the other hand, the other person known with apple is Thomas Alva Edison of our time, Steve Jobs, who started his career in 1974 as a video game designer with the sole intention of saving some money for a pilgrimage to India. But through his Apple Incorporated, he ended up combining design and engineering to keep the best user experience in mind and revolutionized electronic industry. Different people, same Apple, and indeed creative ideas. The tagline of STI 2021 illustrates the highlight of the event: curious by heart, creative by minds. STI 2021 provides a platform to showcase the talents of craving young minds in the areas of science, technology, and innovation. It recognizes the inquisitive minds of children and fosters their individual growth through research and exploration. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Indian School Salala that is completing 40 years of service to the society, fulfilling its mission to provide the highest quality of education through experiential learning in a safe, secure, and child-centric environment. May this temple of knowledge transform the lives of students globally, redefining knowledge, passion, dedication, collaboration, and innovation. Best wishes to all the participants of STI 2021 from all Indian schools in Oman and its organizing team from Indian School Salalah. Thank you and all the very best.
Thank you, sir, for your ever-inspiring and enlightening words. A great man once said, "The earth has enough for everybody's need, but not for their greed." Mother Earth has provided humans with much more the eye can behold, and perhaps we never return the protection it's worthy of, the need it is worthy of. Plastic, a major product in our life, is skyrocketing each and every day and is turning into the major cause of global warming. It will obliterate life on Earth as we know it if it continues in this current state. Humanity is turning a blind eye from its responsibility and turning away from what it needs to do. So the students at Indian School Salalah are going to convey the message, save the planet Earth, through their dance performance, as dancing is the best way to express one's emotion. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a high octane dose of energy, for we bring to you a message that will convey to stop burning Mother Earth's beautiful fragrance and remind us to always, always take care of her.
It was indeed a fantabulous, but more importantly, a thought-provoking performance. They truly have given meaning to every word with their art. I am profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our honorable chief guest, Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, an inspirational and great leader who is much reputed for his passion in science, technology, and innovation. Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, the chairman Taimur Group, has always had a passion for science, technology, and innovation that flourished through academic specializations and professional positions. A proud winner of the Rediffusion Simulation Limited Prize for the Best Software Engineer Graduation Project at the University of Brighton in 1990. Dr. Amar is the current non-resident dean of the School of Business and Information Technology at New Vision University, Georgia, and serves since 2019 as the chairman of the Industrial Innovation Center. Dr. Amar is deeply rooted with his motherland, Oman, and that can be witnessed by the services he has rendered to various ventures in Oman. Dr. Amar's contribution to the advancement of several industries in Oman and the region, including telecommunications as the CEO of Omantel and Managing Director of Oman Mobile, CEO of Tasnia Oil and Gas Technology LLC, and the Chairman of Oman Society for Petroleum Services, is much appreciated by the people of Oman. We are truly thankful and grateful to him for taking time out of his busy schedule to attend the function.
Now, I would like to invite our honorable chief guest, Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, Chairman Taimur Group, to launch the Interschool Mega Event STI 2021. Sir, with your permission, shall we play the video that denotes the launch of STI 2021?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the successful launch of STI 2021. We are very hopeful that the students will be able to seek guidance and imbibe valuable inputs from the thoughts of our chief guest, Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz. I request, sir, to inspire and enlighten the audience with his precious words. Sir, please.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizing committee and the Indian School Salalah for inviting me for this event that comes with a theme that, as you explained, is dear to my heart. And I think science and technology is if you like, a platform that young students are curious to hop on. I would like to also address the Honorable Dr. Chairman of the Board of Indian Schools, the Honorable Board members, and the Honorable Dr. Sayed, the President of the school, and the faculty and students. Thank you all for having me. What I wanted to say is not a prepared speech. I want to talk about the fact that we in education now are faced with the challenge, a big challenge of keeping young, curious minds engaged with the conventional educational system. And therefore, we have to resort to innovation in everything that we do. As the president said in his speech, we need to innovate on the pedagogical framework, the curriculum, the tools and the processes, and the inspiration that we give to young people to keep them fully engaged. You see, while we're talking about science and technology as an end in itself that students have to learn about, we can employ science and technology in actually inspiring people to come to education through many mechanisms. Like AI now offers you a teacher assistant, a student assistant, a parent assistant that actually gives a holistic ecosystem of an inspiring and engaging educational system that employs gamification rather than tests and exams, from which not only students suffer, but as a faculty member at a number of universities, I suffered in not only marking the exams, but also in preparing them and making sure that they appeal to all the strengths of all the students and engage all of them in the same way. And I don't think we always succeeded in making sure that we engage all levels of students within the exam. So why do we examine students? Is to ascertain their level of learning and move them from one phase of learning to the other, from one class to the other. And that could be done better by gamification, where students can move from one level to the other by actually proving through the game that they've ascertained the learning. And so if you were to only memorize for the exam, it's going to stay in your mind maybe for a week as you wind down after the exams, and it will gonna go. The learning goes on a wind up to the exam week, and then it goes on a wind down after that. But if you had to live it through experiential learning, as was explained in the earlier speeches, that includes gamification, that employs science and technology in the delivery of education for science and technology. And science and technology actually come hand in hand. You cannot just rely on technology without the support of fundamental science. I was going to use an example when I heard the speeches earlier. One of the good examples of marrying science and technology is the fourth industrial revolution vertical of 3D printing. 3D printing is going to revolutionize the way we do not only our manufacturing and building, it's going to revolutionize the logistics, because instead we've all experienced how we have a deep sense of the lack of resilience that our logistics system had when the pandemic hit all of us. With COVID-19, we couldn't get certain items across countries in the world. So inter-country logistics became very difficult, and in many cases, even within the same country. So the idea is that with 3D, you're going to bring the manufacturing to the last mile, to the nearest place, to the customer, to the end customer. And for that, you need the materials required in order to go into the technology tool that will produce the material. What happens is you would need advancement, huge advancements in material science to be able to produce materials that will produce for you like a shoe. How could you make the materials available in sachets or envelopes that will be feeding into the technological tool that will produce for you the item that you require? And that is lagging behind the 3D technologies. So only if science and technology goes hand in hand, we'll be able to truly innovate and fulfill needs and reduce the impact on the planet, since we had the video and the environment. As you know, logistics has a huge impact on the environment in terms of the carbon footprint. So the marrying of science and technology can affect that greatly in a very positive way. I don't want this to turn into a long speech, but I want to congratulate you once again for choosing such a topic at these times of science and technology. This is something that's not only going to help us resolve some of the challenges that we face right now as humanity. It will help our environment, but it will also help us to leap forward to a better life for humanity and other species living around us. Thank you once again, and I wish you all a fruitful conference.
Thank you, sir. We feel honored to listen to your words of wisdom and guidance. What you said was really, really enlightening. Now, we are very proud to draw your attention to the fact that Indian School Salalah has completed 4 decades of excellence since its inception in 1981. Honorable Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, with your permission, shall we unveil the logo of Indian School Salalah that denotes 40 years of excellence. Sir, please.
Please, please.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask permission to leave to attend to another pressing commitment? Thank you all very much for having me and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It is rightly said, the seeds we are planting today will grow and become mighty oaks, and their branches will run all over the earth. Indian School Salalah has marched majestically to accomplish 40 years, 4 decades of excellence, whether it be in the field of education or sports or even cultural activities. 4 decades of promising growth is an exhilarating experience. Indian School Salalah, one of the excellent institutions in the Sultanate of Oman, has a rich legacy, a heritage which anybody and everybody would envy of. We hope and pray to God Almighty that may He bless us with further success in the coming future. Thank you.
The single biggest way to impact an organization is to focus on leadership development. There is almost no limit to the potential of an organization that recruits good people, raises them up as leaders, and continually develops them. Indian School Salalah has been very fortunate in being supported by many eminent personalities, and we are really fortunate to have Mr. Sirajuddin Nehlad, the Director in Charge, Indian School Salalah. I take immense pleasure in inviting him to deliver the felicitation address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Chief Guest Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, Chairman, Tamar Group. Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, Chairman, Board of Directors. Vice Chairman, Finance Director. My colleagues on board, Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Keynote Speaker. Dr. Saeed Hassan Jamil, SMC President. Other esteemed members of School Management Committee. Education Advisor, Vinoba Sir. Assistant Education Advisor, Dr. Alex, Mr. Deepak Bhatnagar, Principal, Indian School Salalah, President, members of School Management Committee, principals, and staff of Indian Schools in Oman. students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, a very good evening, and welcome to STI 2021. At the very outset, the Fraternity of Indian Schools in Oman express its gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said for his benevolence and generosity, and thanks to Minister of Education for supporting and guiding all the activities of Indian schools. With STI, the aim of the Board of Directors is threefold: to generate curiosity and scientific temper among students, identify and appreciate the talents of our children, and to provide them with an arena to showcase these skills to the world. STI 2021 helps the students to develop 21st century skills with a focus on scientific knowledge, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork. One long-term objective is to encourage students to study and work in scientific fields. The arena of science is evolving every day with a rapid, unstoppable pace that its presence can be seen in every aspect of daily life. Programs like STI creates a world where young people are encouraged to celebrate fun and excitement of science and technology, and inspire them to take science and technology careers path to become technology leaders. I take this opportunity to congratulate Indian School Salalah that is completing 40 years of services to the society, fulfilling its mission to provide the highest quality of education through experiential learning in a safe, secure, and child-centric environment. May this school transform the lives of students globally, be redefining knowledge ecosystem through passion, dedication, collaboration, and innovation. Best wishes to all the participants of STI 2021 from all Indian schools in Oman. And I would like to thank the organizing team of Indian Schools Salalah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really lucky to have Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Fellow Royal Society of Chemistry, Head of Department Biotechnology at University of Mumbai, as the keynote speaker for this mega launch. It's indeed a matter of honor and pride for all of us to get such an eminent person as our keynote speaker, who's an expert in the field of science and technology. She pioneered scientific research, underlining the role of microbial ecosystems. She has developed numerous easy-to-use economical tools and techniques for microbial sampling, green air purifiers, and many, many more. She's currently involved in exploring applications of her technology to industry. She's an engaging speaker, a skillful mentor, and a colleague who believes in the age-old adage, teach what you know, learn what you do not know. She was awarded the prestigious Dakshina Fellowship in Biochemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, we are really fortunate to have such a distinguished personality amongst us today, and her valuable words will surely enlighten and encourage us to achieve more and do more. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, and greetings to all the dignitaries on this platform. A very good evening. And if you'll permit me, I would like to share my screen. I have a short presentation that I have made. So with your permission, may I start?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Is my screen visible to all of you? Can you all see my screen?
No, ma'am, just.
Is it visible now?
No.
Just a minute, ma'am. We have to stop sharing our screen first.
Yeah, you will have to stop sharing. Let me stop sharing.
It's okay, ma'am.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So good evening to all of you once again, and I'm going to keep it short. It's not going to be too long. My former speakers have set the stage absolutely right. And Dr. Saeed, I think you have said it all, setting the stage. What I am here to discuss today is a journey called as research. So I don't believe research is reaching a destination, but research is a journey in itself. And I come from University of Mumbai, and we are 120 years elder to you. So we are around 165 years old, and we were established in 1857. Most of you would be aware of University of Mumbai, but I thought this is an opportunity for us to introduce ourselves and get to know each other, and also an opportunity for the students so that they can think of coming to our university once they are through with their education and schooling in Oman. So I'm very happy to be a part of University of Mumbai, and recently in the last 2 weeks, we have been accredited with the National Assessment and Accreditation Council as one of the best universities in Maharashtra, and we just got this certificate 2 weeks back. We are a sprawling university. We have 2 campuses. One is here in Mumbai, which is the financial, commercial, and entertainment capital of India. And all of you are aware of Bollywood and the businesses that go on in Mumbai. The University of Mumbai has around 56 departments, 12 centers. We have 810 affiliated colleges, 1.7 million students passing the university every year, and we have around 600 kilometers of our geographical jurisdiction. So I think this is one of the largest geographically dominated university, at least in the western region of India. We've also got the UNESCO Asia Pacific Award for Cultural Heritage and Conservation, and our university is worth a visit, and I invite you all to the university campus in Mumbai. Our alumni list is also equally impressive in comparison to our heritage as well. And some of these pictures which you see here on your screen, most of us will be familiar. And we have Shri Mukesh Ambani ji, who has a net worth of around $92.7 billion. And he's the richest man in Asia and the 10th richest in the Forbes billionaires list. The other gentleman, Sunil Gavaskar, which most of us who belong to the generation that I belong to must be knowing him as a well-known cricketer and now a commentator. The third figure that I would like to talk about is Raghunath Mashelkar. And from here, I will set the stage for science and scientific temperament, which my earlier speakers have already spoken about. Ladies and gentlemen, Raghunath Mashelkar, which some of you may be knowing, is a Padma Vibhushan, which is the highest civilian honor which has been given to a scientist in India. And he's always called as dangerously optimistic. It's a very incredible title that has been given to a scientist, as a dangerous optimist. He is one of the fellow of the Royal Society and is known very much for a concept called as Gandhian engineering. Now, all of us are aware of civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and we must be wondering as to what Gandhian engineering is. And in one of his talks, he spoke about Gandhian engineering as getting more from less for more and more of people of the world. Now, let me fill in the blanks. It reads like this: it's getting more performance from less resources for more profit and more people. So it's not only profit, but it is for more people as well, and getting more performance. And I think science is what, or research and innovation is what will help us to get to this particular title. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the one who fought valiantly and revoked the inappropriate US patents on turmeric and basmati, which are indigenous traditional knowledge to India. So always remember, science and technology is not about research, but it is also protecting your own rights in terms of IPR as well as copyrights. He was the one who transformed CSIR, which is the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. And this is the world's largest chain of laboratories in the 20th century. Now, right from Mashelkar, I'm taking you to the other end of the spectrum, and I've always been in awe of scientists and researchers, whether they are trained and untrained. This lady here is not trained. She's not trained as a scientist, but she has been once again awarded the highest civilian award in India. and now has around 48 indigenous land races, 17 different crops which she is propagating actively. So we have two ends of the spectra in India, and I'm sure you have it in Oman as well, wherein you have trained scientists and you have untrained scientists of the soil who are striving for the society. Department of Biotechnology on our campus, that is the department that I come from, we moved from passion to publication. And due to paucity of time, I will skip a few slides, but I will just introduce you to a few of our publications. We have been working very actively. I'm an avid traveler. I love to travel to various places, and that is where we pick up most of our research ideas from. And we have been actively involved in preservation of archives and archival documents, as well as archaeological heritage structures across Maharashtra. We have been pioneers in science of preservation of archives, and these are just a few glimpses. We happen to get our hands on the Trigonometric Survey of India, which was the survey which was conducted by the British during the colonial times, where they mapped India using trigonometry. These are the details, and I will not go into them because of paucity of time. We were also the first ones to talk about the role of microorganisms in conversion of bones to fossils. So we call it the journey from bone to stone via the microbiome. So microbiome is particularly the organisms which exist on the bones, which enable, or the flesh, which enable the fossilization of the bones. So these are just a few pictures of the elephant radii, which we got from Maharashtra. Remember, elephants are no longer here in Maharashtra, but this was in the late Pleistocene era. These are just some details. We are also into fungal environmental biotechnology, wherein we have created a green ecosystem, and this is what we talk about water conservation. And the dance, which earlier the performance very well spoke about the need for conservation and the need to take care of Mother Earth. And I think this is one way of creating a new ecosystem by reusing grey water and channeling it to various plants so that it is filtered and a new ecosystem is created. Much before COVID came into picture, we spoke about airborne infections, and we had sampled various praying locations, temples, and other places, and related them to what are called as sick building syndromes and building related illnesses, which is something very interesting, and maybe some other time I can brief you about both of them. And we decided to combat them using microalgae. Now, microalgae are nothing but small plants, and we have used them successfully to create purifiers or air purifiers, which have been now accepted widely and which will be soon be translated into technology. We have been active into converting ancient Indian wisdom into healthcare, whether it is the use of Tamrajal or whether it is the use of copper. And all of this has been proved scientifically using atomic force micrographs. We are active into textile biotechnology, and we are marching towards green fabrics, wherein enzymes have been used as biopolishing agents. And these are just a few micrographs of the fabric structure that you can see wherein the fabric has been smoothened. Last but not the least, we are now working on bamboo, and we are considering it. We have converted it into bamboo wool, what you can see here, and we have successfully converted it into bamboo paper. And I can say that we are the first ones in the country to do it with indigenous varieties of bamboo, though other varieties which do not exist in India have been tried and tested earlier. This is a 5-cent maturity indication field test, which was requested, which we were challenged with. And that is what we developed for the bamboo cultivators across India, which is now being used and cultivated. So this journey goes on from passion to publication. I have not been working alone. These are my students who have worked on various projects, have successfully got their PhDs, and now employed as scientists and research associates world across. For me, friends, research is like winning an event, and all of us know who this gentleman is recently, who's won the medal at the Olympics. Research is like creating a piece of art, and we just saw wonderful dance and singing going along. Research is like making a new dish, so it is as interesting as it sounds and looks here. India has pioneered and premier research institutes, and as well as in ancient sciences. So we not only stick to ancient sciences, but here we are with the new varieties of sciences. And in short, if I have to summarize what research is, research for me is 3 Ps. So professionally, it benefits you immensely. You collaborate, you network with people, not only virtually, you get to go to places, you get to learn. Your career is developed, you develop as an individual. Research is all about rewards and awards. You have financial and institutional gains. Your institution is known by your name. You are known by the name of your institution. Remember, research is also extremely rewarding psychologically. And I have 3 bliss molecules, as I call them. One is endocannabinoids, which is called as, genuinely called as the bliss molecule. Dopamine, which is called as the reward molecule, and serotonin, which is called as the confidence molecule. And friends, believe me, once you get into the lab, all these 3 molecules just start getting into your brain. And that is what keeps the cycle running of doing more and more research. In principle, research is for societal upliftment. All the earlier speakers on this panel spoke about societal upliftment. Science should be for society. Science should be for humanities. And I think we should go beyond the boundaries of the countries, exchanging knowledge and exchanging research. It becomes a pride for your country. Stand for your country wherever you are. It's Oman, which is your karma bhumi, and it is your dharma bhumi, or whether it is India, where you hail from. Stand for the pride of your country. Do something for their upliftment. Do something for the benefit of humanity. And we have the motto of our lab is science for society. We have been translating science for society. And I think that should be the motto for all of you young researchers as well. If there are still people in the audience who doubt what research can do, research in science can do, here is a wonderful example right in front of your slide. 2 years back, we are still fighting the pandemic, but today with pride, we have started working, though in a hybrid mode, thanks to the vaccine which has been developed across the countries, across the world, through collaboration and through joint efforts, and getting us out of this pandemic. Career is just choosing research as, one should just choose research as the way of life. It is extremely rewarding, friends, and I look at it as a journey. So like in a journey, you will have ups and downs and surprises. So is the case for research. And I request you all to once again turn to research as much as possible. And believe me that you will be blessed with all 3 molecules no sooner. It also has failures, but it is rewarding in its own way. With this, I end my small talk. Thank you very much for the opportunity to stand in front of you, though virtually. And I request you all of you are invited to University of Mumbai. We will be more than happy to welcome you and your students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful address highlighting the various scopes of science, technology, and importantly, research, and the 3 P's of research. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed an enlightening session. Gratitude is an antidote to negative emotions, a neutralizer of envy, hostility, worry, and irritation. It is savoring. It's not taking things for granted. It is present-oriented. Now, I would like to call upon our beloved principal, Mr. Deepak Patankar, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Nothing is greater in this world than the gratitude. Honorable Chief Guest of this launch ceremony, Dr. Amal Al-Rawaz, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Keynote Speaker, Mr. Shirauddin Nailad, Director in Charge, Indian School Salalah, Dr. Syed S.N. Jamil, President, and other esteemed members of School Management Committee, Educational Advisor and Senior Principal, Vinoba MP, dignitaries, parents, teachers, and my dear students. Good evening to all of you. I deem it's my great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks to all who have contributed in one way or the other to make the launch of Stride 2021 a grand show that has been celebrated with gusto and grace. Firstly, on behalf of the entire fraternity of Indian School Salalah, let us all express our gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said, who provide us an atmosphere of perfect serenity and calmness to live in this country, Oman, a hallmark of peace. May God shower upon him good health, long life, and prosperity. We thank the Ministry of Education for its continued support and guidance in all our educational activities. With a deep reverence and gratitude, we sincerely thank our chief guest, Dr. Amar Al-Rawaz, Chairman Tamir Group, for launching STI 2021 and sparing his valuable time and his noble thoughts with us, which is a huge motivation to our students and STI 21. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We express our gratitude to our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Varsha Kelkar, Fellow, Royal Society of Chemistry, Head of Department of Biotechnology, University of Mumbai. Thank you, ma'am, for you taking time out of your very busy schedule to grace the occasion. And you have ignited youngsters with your thoughts-provoking keynote address. Thanks. No program can be wholesome without having the presence of inspiring words from able personalities, and indeed, we had the privilege of having such a personality among us. It is none other than Honorable Chairman of Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam. Thank you, sir, for unveiling ISO Indian School Salalah logo at 40 years and your introductory address. I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Sirajuddin Ehlet, Director in Charge, Indian School Salalah, for his wonderful felicitation, continuous support and guidance to our school. Let me express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Syed S.N. Jamil, President of our School Management Committee, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Doha University, for his guidance and support. I extend my sincere thanks to the esteemed members of SMC for their assistance and support to make this gala launch a great success. Today, what we witness is just a launch. I extend a very hearty welcome and invite you all to watch and enjoy the battle of skill among hundreds of our students in science and technology in the mega inter-school event STI 2021 on September 25th and 26th in the same platform. At this instant, I would like to mention a sense of appreciation and gratitude to the principal of all Indian school, the event coordinators and their team for their efforts to make STI a glorious event in the upcoming days of thrill and excitement. It is needless to say that today's launch would have not been such a grand success without continuous guidance and supervision of the members of Board of Directors. Their vision, their interest, hard work have culminated in another success story. I would like to place on record my deep sense of gratitude to my admin, AVPs, event coordinator, and STI team of Indian School Salalah for their relentless hard work and commitment in hosting STI 2021 in coordination with STI coordinators of Indian schools across Sultanate. I owe my heartfelt thanks to all the teaching and non-teaching staff of Indian School Salalah to ensure smooth launch of this event. Before concluding, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to state that we are grateful to everyone present here for their involvement, their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zone. My best wishes for all the students to do their best in the competition. So keep yourself on track, ensure the mark of presence for the most awaiting, most exciting, the Battle of Brain, the STI 2021, going to be held on 25th and 26th September. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear viewers, with this, we come to the end of the launch for this mega event. But it's certainly not the end. We're gearing up for the real game. So keep yourself on track and ensure to mark your presence, the most awaited, most exciting, the battle of brilliance and talent, the STI 2021, to be held on the 25th and 26th of September. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, tuning in and joining us today. Once again, thank you and good night.
Thank you.